Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My brothers and my sisters in Islam, I greet you all. First of all, I want to take this opportunity to say Ramadan Kareem to you all. So in today's video, I'm about to share what we benefit in Ramadan, or what we benefit in for making fasting. So without wasting time, let's jump into the video.
Omar Sulaiman, he's joining us once again. Young fella, good to see you back here on the show. How you been?
It's great to be back. I'm glad that you're still calling me young. I feel like I've aged about 10 years in the last year.
I think probably a lot of people feel that way, but you look great. It's good to have you here. And let's just start with some basics here. The idea behind fasting for Ramadan. Just go back to some bare basics here. Why?
So the idea of fasting, God says in the Quran that he has prescribed fasting upon us the way he prescribed it upon previous people so that we could become more God conscious. And so the idea is that fasting has been part and parcel of the Abrahamic way. And if you become more conscious of God, you become more conscious of self, you become more conscious of everyone that's around you. And in Islam, everything in terms of consciousness is inextricably linked to understanding that you have one God. And so in that, you have that one God that nourishes you with blessings that we're often not very grateful for. And you have to channel those blessings then to everyone that is around you. So God consciousness, self-consciousness in a good way, and then consciousness of everyone that's around you.
And another big part of this month is the spirit of generosity and giving back.
Right, absolutely. So you're holding yourself back from blessings that are readily available to you, typically food, drink, and as you abstain from those blessings voluntarily, you also voluntarily spend of the blessings that you have on those that don't have that ready access to those blessings. So whether that's locally or globally, you know, this is a generous faith community. The Muslim community is one of the most generous communities in America, and it becomes especially generous in the month of Ramadan. Our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is described as always having been generous. But when the month of Ramadan would come in, he was described as being as generous as the blowing wind. And the word in Arabic is literally like a hurricane of generosity. And being from New Orleans, I understand what hurricanes mean. And so being a hurricane of generosity means it is indiscriminate. Anyone that is in your path should feel some sense of your generosity. And generosity is not merely relegated to the financial in Islam. It's everything about you should represent generosity. Your spirit, your giving, your smile, everything that you do to everyone that is around you should be in the spirit of generosity in the month of Ramadan.
That is a great way to put it. You're right. Indiscriminate, a hurricane. That's a very good way to put it. I didn't realize you're from New Orleans. You're very familiar with hurricanes. But this one, we talk about them in a positive sense this time.
Absolutely.
But of course, you've been here on the show before. Faith Friday, we always hand it over to our guest and give our viewers some words of encouragement and wisdom going into the weekend. So the floor is yours.
So Ramadan teaches us that if you are always too busy fulfilling your bodily appetite, then you're going to neglect the food that your soul needs. And so one of the things that we learn is that many people use consumption as a form of distraction from figuring out why they actually exist, why they're actually here. And so in the pursuit of more, you often lose the pursuit of why. Why are you here? What is your purpose in the world? Why have you been put here, and what are you going to do with that purpose to be the best version of yourself, and for those that are around you?
Now that is food for thought. That is really remarkable. Imam Omar Sulaiman, thank you so much for that incredible gift as we head into the weekend. We appreciate you and your incredible wisdom.
And I want to just say to everyone, you can go to Ramadan.day. And Ramadan.day has a basic guide to understanding Ramadan for those that have not been exposed to it before. Yeah. Thank you for having me once again.
Oh, thank you for that. And you are absolutely welcome back here. We absolutely appreciate you. You look like you're getting younger, not older when we see you.
I appreciate it. I hope you